When you're fishing, you sometimes catch things you never expected. There are even times when fishermen see things they probably shouldn't have seen. Without this video, you might never have seen it in your lifetime. Even as you're lying down watching YouTube right now, amazing things are being caught in the sea. A man is fishing and petting a giant shark. Look at those teeth. It looks like something out of a movie. Surprisingly, that man claims to be friends with the shark. When the man reaches out his hand, the shark nudges its face toward him. It kind of looks like it's about to take a bite.
Sir, that's not a dolphin.
Right? It's just like when people say their dog doesn't bite, and the dog gives that look. People praise the man's courage for taming a shark like a dog. I don't think I could touch it even if someone paid me. But the truth is, sharks have a predator image because of the movie Jaws. They're not as dangerous as we think. In reality, dogs harm about 25,000 people a year. Sharks, on the other hand, harm only about 10 people a year, a very small number. Of course, mosquitoes harm around 1 million people, but still. On the flip side, humans kill about 100 million sharks every year. From the shark's perspective, humans must be terrifying. On April 2nd, 2018, an unexpected creature was found in the Tortuguero River of Costa Rica. The fishermen were shocked and turned on their cameras. It wasn't a mermaid, nor a seal. What could that monkey-like creature be? It turned out to be a sloth that had fallen into the water. The fisherman offered the sloth a paddle to help it out. The sloth climbed onto the paddle immediately. Sloths sleep over 20 hours a day and spend almost their entire lives in trees. They only come down once a week, and that's just to go to the bathroom. Seeing a sloth in the river feels so out of place. If you look closely, the sloth's body is covered in moss-like algae. This is because sloths move so slowly that algae grow on them. In fact, that algae is unique to sloths. Even more surprising, it's rich in fat, so sloths sometimes eat it. The fishermen quickly moved their boat to return the sloth to a tree.
The sloth must have been thinking, is this what time travel feels like?
Right. That was probably the fastest speed the sloth had ever experienced. The sloth held onto the paddle tightly as they moved towards land. The fishermen placed the sloth onto a tree near the river. The sloth immediately clung to the tree.
Turns out, it's their hometown they left 12 years ago.
Hey, it's been 12 years. No matter how slow they are, it hasn't been that long.
Oh, damn it. Back to square one again.
Sometimes sloths that fall into rivers are rescued by fishermen like this. This sloth is riding the paddle like it's playing with water. Isn't it adorable? It's exactly the same thing I used to do when I was a kid. But if I came across a water-soaked sloth while fishing, I think I'd freak out. Have you ever seen a fishing method like this? Fishermen at night using bright fire to sweep up schools of fish. Take a look at this video. It was filmed by someone who visited Jeju Island in South Korea on September 10th, 2017. A fisherman walks towards the sea holding a torch. At that moment, amazingly, fish start jumping towards the fire and following the man. The man lures the fish with the fire, and other fishermen scoop up the fish with nets.
Shocking. Who knew this kind of baiting existed?
So, what's the secret behind the fire making the fish jump? Simply put, it takes advantage of the fish's natural reaction to light. The intense light and smell from the burning sulfur attract the fish. As a result, the fish gather near the fire, making them easy to catch. This fishing method is a traditional technique mainly used in Taiwan, but these days it's disappearing. To preserve the tradition, the Taiwanese government holds fire fishing festivals to attract tourists and pass down the legacy. If you ever want to see it in person, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. On May 4th, 2020, a diver posted a video of something they had never seen before in the sea. The video went viral instantly. This is the video. Two massive sperm whales were swimming vertically in the ocean. They appeared to be a mother and calf, but what's more surprising is that many other sperm whales nearby were also sleeping in a vertical position. For first-time viewers, this sight can be eerie and trigger thalassophobia. In fact, whales spend only about 7% of their lives sleeping. When they do, they sleep in this vertical position. So why do whales sleep vertically? There are various reasons. First, whales breathe through the blowhole on top of their heads. So, they need to sleep close to the surface to breathe. On top of that, the vertical position helps them detect predators better and allows them to move quickly. It's also known to be part of their cooperation to protect and keep watch over each other. If I were a predator, I'd probably swim away in fear just looking at them sleeping like that. Imagine this. You're on a boat, accidentally fall into the water, and find yourself surrounded by a pod of whales like that. how would you feel?
It's so beautiful, so serene, yet scary at the same time.
But honestly, the world feels so advanced. Lying down and watching whales sleep on your phone, what a time to be alive. If you're enjoying this, don't forget to hit the like button. While scuba diving, a diver encountered a massive creature. It was a northern elephant seal. Male seals are usually 4 to 5 meters long and weigh up to 2.3 tons. At that moment, the seal grabbed the diver's arm with its mouth and shook it. It didn't seem to bite hard though, but with that size and strength, even playful behavior would be terrifying. Just look at those teeth.
I've only seen them sitting on land, but actually swimming, they're so big and cool.
Right, on land, they seem slow and clumsy, but in the water, they're incredibly fast and intimidating. Running into one while diving would feel like meeting a real-life mermaid. In 2012, a shocking video was uploaded. It was filmed in Finland. A diver appeared to be walking on the surface of the sea. Surprisingly, there was an icy floor beneath the water. The divers brought equipment to fish under the ice. They started carving a hole in the ice at the bottom. The divers played with sleds on the ice floor beneath the sea and enjoyed the moment. Then, they brought fishing rods and started fishing under the water. Ice fishing on an icy floor under the sea. It feels so strange, doesn't it? This video garnered 6.2 million views and became a sensation. So how could there be an icy floor beneath the deep sea? The explanation is simpler than you think. Take a closer look at this video. At first glance, it looks like the divers are walking on the ice while holding 2 water jugs. But then, you notice their exhale bubbles moving downward. Do you remember where bubbles normally go when you exhale underwater?
In the bathhouse, they floated up. It's weird.
Exactly. The reason the divers' bubbles are heading downward is that they're actually upside down under the ice. They're just pretending to walk on the ice below, hanging upside down. They filmed it that way and then flipped the video. The original video probably looks like this. Isn't it amazing how much effort people put into useless things? It makes me want to try it myself. Surprisingly, it seems there are many people like me. Most people commented asking the video not to be deleted. Doesn't it feel oddly healing? This video's views even surpassed Finland's total population. A fisherman, disturbed by the noise outside, stepped out to sea, only to find tens, maybe hundreds of seagulls flying around his boat. Apparently, this phenomenon often happens at sea. The exact reason isn't known, but it's thought that a sudden arrival of anchovies causes it. Take a look at this video. On May 11, 2017, a massive creature was seen swimming in the ocean. People thought it looked like a whale or a shark. The fisherman tossed food to the creature. It quickly ate it. Amazingly, the massive creature turned out to be a tuna.
So the tuna cans we eat are actually from such a big fish?
That's right, tuna are generally huge, with an average body length of 3 meters. The fishermen were amazed and kept feeding it. But there was a problem. The seagulls nearby started eyeing the tuna's food. At that moment, a seagull flew down to grab the food the fisherman had thrown. And then, the tuna swallowed the food along with the seagull. But moments later, the tuna spat the seagull back out. The seagull, startled, flapped its wings and flew away. If I were that seagull, I think I might have fainted. A man was holding a GoPro in the ocean. And then, something incredible happened. A huge school of fish started leaping onto the beach. These fish are known as mullets. It's more common than you'd think for mullets to jump over the surface of the water. But some viewers commented, saying the man should leave immediately. First, the speed at which the mullets leap can be dangerous, but more frightening is the possibility of something chasing the mullets. One of the main reasons mullets leap over the water's surface is to escape predators. It could be a shark, a large fish, or something else entirely. Of course, mullets also display such behavior when they are in a group during the breeding season. One thing's for sure, it's an amazing phenomenon.
It's so fascinating. I need to bring a GoPro next time I go to the sea.
Fishermen were speeding across the water in their boat. Then suddenly, a massive sea lion jumped onto the boat. It's incredible how fast it must have been to catch up to the boat. Apparently, sea lions sometimes recognize fishing boats and jump on to get fish. The fishermen threw fish to the sea lion. The sea lion ate them right up. With such a good eater, you definitely want to keep feeding it. Even after eating, the sea lion didn't seem to want to leave the boat. But then, another sea lion jumped onto the boat.
Isn't that boat a famous spot now?
The fishermen divided the fish between the 2 sea lions. Looking closely, they were enormous in size. Look at the seagulls lining up behind them. This place is definitely a popular spot. Eventually, after all the fish were gone, the restaurant closed for the day. Only then did the sea lions return to the water. Take a look at this video. It was filmed at Georgia Aquarium in the US. Do you know the name of this fascinating creature?
Are you ignoring me? That's a saw shark.
Wrong. That's not a saw shark. It's a sawfish. Its distinctive feature is the long saw-like snout. It uses that saw to hunt and catch its prey. In fact, on June 19, 1975, a 5.6-meter-long sawfish was discovered in the Gambia River in West Africa. The way to distinguish between sharks and rays is surprisingly simple. Check the location of their gills. If the gills face the bottom, it's a ray. On the other hand, sharks have gills on their sides, and most importantly, saw sharks have long whiskers. Sawfish don't have whiskers.